Hello students, welcome to Super 7 Revision Series Part 18. Here we will discuss 2 marks questions and also we will discuss some data based questions from ecology section. This is question number 1. How do mammals living in colder regions and seals living in polar regions able to reduce the loss of their body heat? Mammals जो colder region में रहते हैं, they have short ears and short limbs to minimize the loss of body heat, and this is called as Allen's rule. So remember Allen's rule, in which animals living in colder regions have short ears and short limbs to reduce the loss of their body heat. In seals, एक thick layer fat की होती है under the skin and it is called as blubber. फैट की लेयर इंसुलेटर की तरह एक्ट करती है एंड हीट लॉस को कम कर देती है. सो सील्स हैव थिक लेयर ऑफ फैट विच इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज ब्लबर एंड इट इज प्रेजेंट अंडर द स्किन. इट एक्ट्स एज एन इंसुलेटर एंड रिड्यूसेस द लॉस ऑफ बॉडी हीट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. नेम द टाइप ऑफ बायोरिएक्टर शोन. दिस इज सिंपल स्टर्ड टैंक bioreactor. Write the purpose for which it is used. It is used to produce desired gene product in large scale, and you must learn to draw simple stirred tank. This can also come in your exam. Question number 3. How does a monarch butterfly defend itself from predation? Explain. Monarch butterfly is highly distasteful to predators because it has special chemical present in its body. यह chemical monarch butterfly को distasteful बना देता है and predator birds they do not like to eat it and this save butterfly. Butterfly में यह chemical कहाँ से आता है? The butterfly gets this chemical by feeding on poisonous weed during caterpillar stage, and this is how monarch butterfly defend itself from predation. Question number 4. Write the binomials of 2 fungi and mention the products or bioactive molecules they help to produce. यहाँ आपको 2 फंगस के नाम देने हैं and you have to write the bioactive molecule formed by them. The name of one fungus is Trichoderma polysporum, which produces cyclosporin A. क्या काम आता है ये cyclosporin A? It is used as an immunosuppressive agent in organ transplant patients. Second fungus is Monascus purpurus, which produces statins and they are used as blood cholesterol lowering agents. Question number 5. Explain the role of A. Microinjection and B. Gene gun in biotechnology. In biotechnology, recombinant DNA को टारगेट सेल तक पहुंचाने के लिए ये दोनों टेक्निक्स यूज की जाती हैं. माइक्रो इंजेक्शन यूज किया जाता है फॉर एनिमल सेल्स. Here the recombinant DNA is directly injected into the nucleus of an animal cell, and you can see it in the above diagram where recombinant DNA is injected by using injection in animal cell. Gene gun technology यूज की जाती है plant cell में. Here cells are bombarded with high velocity microparticles of gold or tungsten coated with DNA. So these two are very important in biotechnology. Question number 6. Name 2 alcoholic drinks produced in each of the following ways. 1. With distillation. The drinks formed by using process of distillation of fermented broth are brandy, whiskey and rum. And second, without distillation, the drinks formed without distillation of fermented broth are wine and beer. Note one important point. Malted cereals and fruit juices are fermented by using yeast called Saccharomyces. Come to question number 7. In Snapdragon a cross between true breeding red flowered R plants and true breeding white flowered small r plants showed a progeny of plants all with pink color. Before doing the question, let us see what happens in this cross. See the diagram. F1 generation is capital R and small r, means all are pink color flower in the first generation. But see the lower diagram where F1 flowers are crossed. F2 generation के रिजल्ट देखिए. Phenotypic ratio है 1 red, 2 pink and 1 white. And genotypic ratio है 1 capital R, 2 capital R small r and 1 small r. Here both genotypic and phenotypic ratio are 1:2:1 and it is written in the yellow block. Clear? Now read the first part of the question. The appearance of pink flower is not known as blending. Why? It is not blending because both parental trait red and white flowers appear in the F2 generation without any change and which is not possible in case of blending. Clear? B part of the question. What is the phenomenon known as? It is known as incomplete dominance and it is an example of deviation from Mendel's laws. Question number 8. Given below is the representation of amino acid composition of beta chain of hemoglobin related to shape of red blood cell. Means यहाँ आपको हीमोग्लोबिन की बीटा चेन का एमिनो एसिड कॉम्पोजिशन दिया गया है एंड आपको बताना है क्या ये कॉम्पोजिशन नॉर्मल पर्सन का है और ऑफ अ पर्सन हु इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम some genetic disease? Answer is, this representation indicates normal human. HbA is a normal peptide because it has glutamic acid at 6th position of beta globin chain and shape of red blood cell is biconcave in normal person. Clear? Now note one important point. If at 6th position valine amino acid hota instead of glutamic acid, then the person will be sufferer of sickle cell anemia और RBC का shape होता sickle shape. Clear? Question number 9. List the type of cry genes that provide resistance to corn plants and cotton plants respectively against lepidopterans. Cry1AB gene controls corn borer and Cry1AC and Cry2AB genes they control cotton boll worm. Now let us do some data based questions from ecology section. Question number 1. What percent of Earth's surface was covered by tropical rainforest at the beginning of 20th century and now respectively? The Earth's surface covered by tropical rainforest at the beginning of 20th century was 14% and it is 6% now. Question number 2. What is the total number of hot spots in the world and how many of them are there in India? There are 34 hot spots in the world and 3 hot spots are there in India. Question number 3. How many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries are there in India? 90 national parks and 448 wildlife sanctuaries are there in India. Question number 4. What percentage of all bird species and mammal species respectively face the threat of extinction? 12% of total bird species and 23% of total mammal species are facing the threat of extinction. Question number 5. Dash places the global species biodiversity at about 7 million. Robert May places the global species biodiversity at about 7 million. Question number 6. India's share of global biodiversity is about dash percent. It is about 8.1%. Question number 7. 70% of the animal species recorded are dash. 70% of the animal species recorded are insects. Question number 8. Name the type of biodiversity represented by the following. A. 50,000 different strains of rice in India. It represents genetic diversity. B. Estuaries and alpine meadows in India. It represents ecological diversity. That's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.